Hi loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today's going to be a little bit of a different video. This is going to be for my crystal lovers, my lovers of manifestation, my lovers of skincare and want to incorporate pieces of the earth in their practice, as well as anybody that is more on the spiritual path as far as manifestation and meditation and things like that. But it's also for my beautiful skincare professionals that want to integrate some crystals into their facials, as well as it's a quick little beginner guide into my opinion on crystals and how to use them and where to start. So before I get started, if you want to know more about that, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Yes, you can see I colored my hair again. I'm going through a phase where I just like my hair to be a bunch of different colors all the time, so it's a lot darker on camera than it is actually in person, but I'm kind of loving it. I'm a little bit more auburn, but yeah, red it fades really, really quickly. So, but yes, so let's start. So crystals for me have been a large part of my life for a very long time. As a child, I used to collect all sorts of different rocks and crystals, and seashells obviously are different, but I used to collect seashells. I just thought they were beautiful and they made me feel amazing. And now as a kid, I didn't really know why. I just thought they were pretty and shiny and all of those things. Now as I've grown older and come a little bit more into a holistic skincare practice, one that I believe obviously in very quality, ethical, kind of more of a holistic, which means a full body focus on skin. I also got into other healing modalities, and I feel that I have been led by, a source, if you want to call it God. Felt like I've been led to come into this crystal family and incorporate these into my life, as well as incorporate these into my healing practices and my skincare practices that I do as a service. So all of my skincare practices and services come with crystal healing as long as people want it. And it's just a really special part of my life that I absolutely love. Now, if you're wondering where to get started with crystals, it's honestly up to you. There are no rules, okay? There are no rules with crystals. Crystals do give off a vibration. It is scientifically proven. They do give off different vibrations. They are from the earth. And so they do have an aura, which you would say, about them that does lead people to have different things with them. So for example, the amethyst that I'll show you guys in a second might be one that I use for calming, soothing. It's a healing stone, etc. I'll get more into that. But maybe for you it's used for something different, and that's totally okay. So today is going to be more of explaining kind of how I use these, what they mean to me generally. But if you're looking to get started, I recommend you go into like a gem show or a crystal shop of some sort, pick them up, see how they feel in your hand, see what that crystal is telling you, and see if that's something that's right for you. And then you can of course look into the metaphysical properties or healing properties of that crystal and see if it resonates with you. Crystals can be very expensive. They don't have to be, but high quality crystals are more on the expensive end. Now, I actually get all of my crystals. You guys have heard me, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys have heard me talk about my amazing crystal family, which I call them, which is called Bonafide Soulful Healing. I will link it down in the description box. It is on Instagram as well as on YouTube. I think she's getting up her YouTube channel, but I'll link it in the description box and you guys can follow them on Instagram. It's a really beautiful place where her name is Aubrey, and she just has started this really great community of uplifting women, supporting women, bringing crystals into people's lives, and creating a space on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Standard Time, Central Standard Time, where we can all get together, have a beautiful experience about crystals, have a great time, and it's just a wonderful experience. So this is where I get all of my crystals. I actually don't veer because I know that she gets them from ethical sources, and I know that they are all always going to be super high quality, okay? So when you're starting out, I always recommend my kind of top four, which is going to be amethyst right here. Okay, now this is called an amethyst slab. This amethyst slab sits in my skincare studio to have the room absorb all of its amazing qualities. Sometimes I will lay it on a chest if I have enough space on the client, that is really soothing and healing. There's something that happens when crystals are in connection with the skin or in connection with the body. That's why I wear all my bracelets as well. So it really is able to absorb into the body and give it all its good quality. So for me, the reason why I use this, amethyst is throughout my whole house. Amethyst is probably the most abundant crystal I use in my house, in my healing practices, and they're also in my daughter's room. So I've always used this for calming. It's great for soothing the central nervous system so we can go to sleep. It is a really great healer of emotions. I have all my notes here too, just so I don't forget anything. It is a great detoxifier for the body, as well as it creates a bridge that gaps between the physical and the spiritual self. So it helps bridge that gap between you and your higher power. And I really, really, really love this. It also creates just a calm environment. Again, it's one of those things that I use. That's the biggest, this part of my collection I've ever had is amethyst, and it's one of the first ones I ever bought. It's really great for grounding as well, so keep people really grounded and present in the moment. I mean, I use so much of it. This is an amazing, she sells these as well, so if you're an esthetician or you're at home and you want a great lymphatic drainage, or you want a great depuffing mask, this is all pure amethyst. They were handmade for Aubrey at Bonafide Soulful Healing. I put this over people like this. I put it over sheet masks, I put it over a jelly mask, and basically it does all of those kind of soothing properties as well as skincare properties. Okay, so the second crystal, if you're just starting out, I would get is rose quartz. So rose quartz, I have quite a few around the house, but I use mostly smaller ones, towers like this, or little round hearts or whatever for my healing practices. So rose quartz is, I hope everybody knows, if you don't, this is really the love stone. This is really about self-love. This is really about self-acceptance. This also is a great love stone for having in your house if you're welcoming in love, or if you have, you know, anybody in your house that you just truly, you know, hopefully, that you truly love and want to spread abundance of love in the home. And the reason why I use this, and again, I put a lot of mine on my chest, on the people's chest, or I put them here as they're laying down like this. And again, because I just love when people come in and I want to nurture that self-love, I want to nurture that self-care, and I want to nurture that love inside of them for themselves and their people amongst them in the world. So that's my second one I would get if you're brand new. My third one I would get is either black tourmaline, which I love raw black tourmaline. I carry black tourmaline in my purse, it's in my car, it's in throughout my house, as well as I use it in my studio. Now, when I use it in my studio, this actually is almost always on the third eye right here. So if you believe in chakras, this goes in the third eye, and this is what they do. They sit there. This is a stone I use every single time. So black tourmaline is a protective stone, and I like it raw. For me, my husband actually wears a black tourmaline bracelet. It kind of protects the body from any kind of negative will, whether that be from external forces or negative thoughts. I put it on the third eye because it protects that eye space. And it clears that eye space of any kind of negative talk or any, if you believe in this, any kind of negative energies or entities that might be connected to you. But it's really protective. It keeps a good mojo flowing around your space. So that would be number 3. And then this number 4 is a toss-up for me. So I love citrine. So this is citrine. This is, I have it next to my desk, and I also have it on my husband's desk. My husband is so tolerant of me. He doesn't really believe in all of this stuff, but he keeps a clear quartz and a beautiful piece of raw selenite, actually. I mean, sorry, citrine next to his office or next to his computer. The reason being is the most general term for citrine is going to be for financial abundance and for opening up new ways to bring in money, new jobs, things like that. So any kind of abundance in your life is what citrine will be great for. And then the other one I would say a toss-up is selenite. This selenite is a wand. I use it for clearing the body when I am doing doing the crystal healing. So in my practice, I will put a mask on with LED light. I will give a massage for the hands, neck, and shoulders, as well as a foot massage, and then I will go into some crystal healing if they want to, and I clear the body's energy and chakra points with my selenite wand. Now selenite, oh, selenite is another one. You can tell I'm just obsessed with crystals. Selenite is the great clearer. It is basically one that basically clears any kind of pent-up energy in crystals, in people. It is also the great clearer or charger of crystals. So I have a ton of charging plates, which I'll show you guys videos as we speak throughout these, you can guys see, but they're like triangle charging plates. There's different shapes, and I put all my crystals at the end of the day or in between clients on those charging plates. And what they do is it cleanses the crystal, and it also charges the crystal, so it takes out any energy that it might have absorbed and kind of clears it away, and you know, gets it back to its normal homeostasis. Honestly, I keep selenite above every door in my house. It just keeps that room really clean of any kind of energy that might be interrupting that space. I love, love, love selenite. I think it is a must in everyone's collection. All right, so now let's just kind of chat about some other things that I use. I mean, as a skincare practitioner, I use black obsidian. So this is basically a black obsidian face mask, again from Bonafide Soulful Healing. It's a very protective stone. This basically shields against any negativity. It's very similar to black tourmaline, but people say that it is a little bit stronger. I personally haven't felt that. I'm more drawn to black tourmaline. It's great for the root chakra as well. So I have it in a little skull form that I will place at people's feet and keep them grounded and free of negativity on that. It's great for circulation, digestive issues, and basically it's just one of those really protective stones that you can use. So then I use rollers. So this is a tiger's eye, and this is an amethyst. So they're obviously this is going to be doing lymphatic drainage as well as product absorption, but also too, these are going to be absorbing the qualities of that crystal. I have a tiger's eye gua sha as well. And again, just really infusing the body with all of those amazing energies of each crystal. And a lot of you guys have asked what I use for my daughter. So this is one of my favorite stones for my daughter's room. It's called lepidolite, and this is great for the crown chakra, which of course we know she needs some balancing in the crown chakra. She sleeps with it next, not in her bed, but next to her bed along with her amethyst. This is a great stone for any neurological conditions and helps balance those out. It's also great to release self-love, as well as it clears electromagnetic pollution. And so that's great because we're always surrounded by EMF. And it just really balances the nervous system and allergies, and it is known as the epilepsy stone. So that is why we use it. I have chills actually. I have like a red agate bowl that I use for my enzymes. This is labradorite. Labradorite is known, let's see if I can do this. Aubrey's so much better than me. This has flashes in it. We call this the Aurora Borealis stone, at least I do. Let me see if I can put this light on. I can do this. You see that flash right there? That is called the Aurora Borealis stone. So it's labradorite, and all labradorite has a flash. I actually have a raw one in my bathroom, and then I use a ton of this in my skincare practicing. It's great for healing as well. A lot of the stones you'll notice are more healing stones, so either energetically, physical, you know, spiritually. It is connected to the throat chakra, so you can put a piece right here on your throat chakra. I usually use rose quartz here or carnelian. And it's great for healing the respiratory system. So I use it if somebody's having an allergy attack or if somebody has asthma. I have quite a few pieces. I also build grids, which again from Bonafide Soulful Healing. I'll insert this little clip here. This has clear quartz, pyrite, which is known for abundance, as well as you know, amethyst. And these grids I actually sit on my beds for my clients, so it just balances the energy of those of the bed. Yes, so I mean, there literally I could go on and on. I mean, carnelian, moss agate. This is a beautiful moss agate with little cavies in here, which I love. Moss agate is a great stone that comes from the earth, so I actually put little pieces of moss agate in my plants to help them grow. Angel quartz is one of the most beautiful crystals I've ever gotten. This is brand new. I use it all the time. It's like purpley and pink. All right, so for me, let's talk about how to cleanse these. People always ask, how do you cleanse your crystals? There's really a lot of ways you can do it. You kind of have to feel it out, see what works for you. You have to figure out your intuition. So what I like to do is I either like to have a bowl, like a large bowl of sea salt. So any kind of like Himalayan sea salt or whatever you have. Put all your crystals in there at the end of the night or just at the end of the day, maybe while you're having a coffee or a tea or something like that, and put them in there for a few hours. It will cleanse them and charge them, and they'll be ready to rock and roll. So what I do is I'll put them in a bowl of salt, and then I will put them on my selenite chargers to charge them up and get them all rebalanced. I also use I don't use sage, but I use Palo Santo to cleanse them. So I just light this and kind of cleanse the room, cleanse each crystal. What I do is I basically hold it underneath it and I let it kind of envelop the crystal. You can do that. If you want to put them out in the moonlight, a full moon if you want to, or any kind of moon, but full moons are for releasing. So if you want to release, which is great for crystals because you want to release that energy from that crystal from that day or that week. I cleanse the crystals in my house. I cleanse once a week. Obviously, the crystals I use on all my clients are going to be every single time I use them. So I clean them physically and then I clean them spiritually. And then also you can also just put them on a charging plate as well with selenite and you're good to go. You can cleanse them with a little bit of an incense. You can pray with them. If you want to pray on them, you can absolutely do that and set your intention and pray that it's cleansed. You can do that. Crystals have been known to be in all facets of most religions and most just metaphysical practices. So they're not tied to one type of religion, but they definitely have been talked about throughout the years in many different religions, and they've also just been of use in many, indigenous cultures, etc. Lastly, I'll say I do wear my crystals. This is Lapis Lazuli or Lapis Lazuli, however you want to say it. I wear all these bracelets most days, and especially when I'm doing skincare. So I have carnelian here for attraction and prosperity. I have, of course, amethyst. I have aquamarine because this is my birthstone. I have moss agate. Oh, I have clear quartz. You know, clear quartz we haven't even talked about, and I'll show you a little video. I have these little things around my whole house, literally on my whole house. Clear quartz is a really amazing stone if you just want to start there as well, because it's kind of an all-in-one stone, so you can program this stone to do whatever you want it to. But it's great for healing and spiritual growth. It's called the Master Healer Crystal. Its ability to absorb anything that you want it to absorb. It regulates and releases of the energy, and it's an amplifier stone. So I have some points over here, some clear quartz points, and I will put them with any other crystal around the head or on the body, and it will amplify that crystal that I'm using or the multiple types of crystals that I am using. But yeah, I hope they bring you guys as much joy as they bring me. If you're wondering about my stands for my crystals, I just got it off Amazon. I'll see if I can find it again, and I'll link it in the description box below. They just work for me. But yeah, so go check out Bonafide Soulful Healing if you want any authentic, responsibly sourced crystals, as well as just an amazing community of lovely women run by a lovely, lovely, one of my favorite human beings actually on this planet, CEO. And she's just amazing, and the family's amazing. So if you want a good vibe and a good time, I will see you on most Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 6 my time. But yeah, so I will see you all there, and let me know what your favorite crystals are. Share those meanings and what they do for you in your life so everybody else can learn and enjoy. And I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, loves.